Good morning, everybody. Oh, what a beautiful day here. I've got to tell you, it definitely is summer now. Definitely. Um, the sun is just incredible on the mountain of Mijas Pueblo. I've been out, did some meditation this morning early. I look a bit tired, but it's only because I got up very early because I wanted to do meditation. Just so you know, guys, I'm not a massive yoga fan. I don't know why, but I've tried it many, many times with Ajahn and everybody. But personally, I like to just sit and meditate and feel different energies. And I like to exercise in a gym. I like to build my muscle up. I'm not as flexible at all as Ajahn, but if you put me up against a tree, I'd probably be able to climb that tree quicker than anybody. I'm super strong and fast because of the gym and my exercise and my meditation. So I know, I've done it so many times as I've grown up, climbed up massive walls and tree climber, and I love that kind of energy. I'm still a kid, and you probably don't even know, but I've got a scooter. And you can add as many candles on my cake as you want, guys. You really can, but you can't take away the child from within somebody. You know what I'm saying? How old do you feel? Not how old do you look. How old do you feel? Because the real you is inside here. The real you is your spirit. So I feel 18, 19, and I'll tell you why I feel that. Because if somebody walks past me on a street and that path is narrow, I will step out of their way as a courtesy because I'm younger. And I look at them and think they're only in their 30s. I smile and think, thank you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm still in myself a child. So people may look at me and laugh, but I'm on my scooter and I'm smiling, I'm happy. I know who I'd rather be. So it's an interesting topic today I'd like to talk about. Come a bit closer. Hello. Come and give us a cuddle. So today I want to talk about something that's really profound to me, and it's something that I noticed over the years of being a healer. And one of the things going into hospitals and being kicked out of hospitals many times because of protocol, procedure, and ego as well. Don't get me wrong, guys, I've been around the world, many places. In Europe they openly embrace healers of all different types, and they know that there is a real value to it, even though they cannot say that because we are all gagged. There's a gagging order which happened a long time ago, and that was done in England back in the early 19th century by some clever, very powerful people who were in control of the pharmaceutical industry. And basically they passed a law that made it that only pharmaceutical drugs and their procedures could ever be a cure or be spoken or written as a cure. Other than that, you would be put in prison. How clever is that? To take away freedom by a system that suppresses everybody to be able to shine their light and love. Clever, eh? When you think about it. It has so many implications when the law puts things like that into place. It just kills all spiritual life, really. It kills our power because we're not allowed to do things. So there is a bit of breath of fresh air, I guess, and I want to share some little stories with you and some things that I've learned and seen myself. Learn more through my experience, not through others. Okay, so this is all my experience. When I first started 15 years ago, I opened my doors freely to anybody with cancer. So I got people coming with cancer, and often they were at the final stage, and I would go to hospital because there'd be a phone call. I heard about your work, would you come to the hospital? And of course I would go there. My work isn't to heal. My work is to hold somebody's hand along their journey as far as their path allows. So who am I to interfere with anybody's journey? If they're going to live a few more years or 10 years or 15 years, who am I to say I did that? That's their journey. However, I would be there to hold their hand when they're also moving into the spirit world, because I knew that if we can clear the fear from them, they can have a beautiful crossing over and going back home, and all their families there, and help them move into the light, which is really a beautiful thing if you've ever been in the company of that energy. And it's a very honourable thing as well. It's very humbling, and it's also very profound. It says a lot about you if you've ever been in the arms of somebody who's moved into the light, whether that's your little doggy, who is a spirit exactly the same, your cat, your child, your mother, your father, your best friend, or whoever, a complete stranger. At the end of the day, there is something very unique about that maybe one day I'll talk about and go into great detail why. So going back to my work, I was going into hospitals here and there, and yes, kicked out of many, but also embraced in many around the world. One particular story that I love to share every now and again is the story of a lady who called me and said, my husband's only got a few hours to live, will you come over? I said, certainly. So I jumped onto the aeroplane and I was flown over to the country, picked up by a chauffeur, went straight to the hospital, and I looked around and I said, who on earth said this gentleman's got 4 hours to live? I said, take that out of your mind completely. Seem well, seem happy. Get yourself off. I'm here now to do your work. They were all shattered. They were all in tears. They were all very emotional. And by the way, this has happened many times. Not this story is the story that repeats itself. So the doctors had told them to prepare themselves within 4 hours. They said, this is what they said, 4 hours. I went, wow, how can anybody say that? I said, take that out of your mind. Please get yourself off. I'm here now. So the man's got the mask on, all the things all over him, beep, beep, monitors. So I've got all white on. And I said, is everything okay with the hospital, with the doctors? And the wife said, they will not bother you. It's a very strong lady, very powerful, very wealthy. So she had power in that respect. So nobody was going to mess with her. So I starts doing my healing, smiling and whispering gently words, doing my healing work around the body. And as soon as that happened, I saw a doctor coming. He quickly looked and never said a word. A lot of respect, looked, went out. I thought, great, brilliant, I can continue, no problem, no stress, because if doctors are coming in with stress, it's going to hit that person and cause even more issue. So I didn't want any stress. So I'm continuing doing the work, healing away, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours. It's now like about, I don't know, 3 a.m, something like that. So I'm continuing the work, and I see this nurse coming in and out all the time, and I knew instantly, like I do many nurses, she is a healer too. And I was smiling, and I thought, I could do with a little bit of help here. And I said, I turned to her as I'm doing, I had a big smile on my face, and she went, and I said, come and help, I need some help. She went, oh, no. I said, no, don't worry. Go and get a foot bath and massage his foot and clean his foot. She's so excited. She flew out of the room. She came back in the room with a bowl, and she started then cleaning his feet. But of course, she wasn't cleaning his feet. She placed her hands on his feet with a towel, with a cold towel, and she started doing her healing work. And we worked together for like quite a while. Anyway, of course, after a few days of being there, I had a bed in the hospital which was given to me. So I'd be up, few hours sleep, back again. 4 days passed, 5 days passed, and then this gentleman was then going on to this big machine, which was quite challenging for him, to do with his liver, to clear his liver. I don't know if anybody has ever gone on that. Is it kidney machine, kidney dialysis? It's very challenging. It takes a lot out of you. So I'm doing my healing with this beautiful man at the very same time as this 3 or 4 hours. And anyway, to cut a long story short, he's happy and well, walking around now, no problem at all. The moral of the story, guys, is not the healing work, but how many true and beautiful earth angels are there at places where they're needed the most. And there are, trust me. I know personally, I had an accident here and I had my earth angel in hospital too. I want people to understand something. I am not somebody who disregards and rejects hospitals, not at all. But what I disregard and can't stand and hate is the system that gags every doctor, every nurse to be able to share their love and speak their truth. I have read for thousands upon thousands of people in a little room of confidence, and I will never ever break that confidence till the day I move this world. I would keep all of that with me. But let me tell you something. The amount of high profile doctors, nurses, oncologists, specialists, solicitors, MPs, all of these people at high profile levels, they know the truth. They know the truth. They know the truth that what we know. But they cannot say anything because of that law, because of this, because of their livelihood, because it will be stolen and taken away from them. And only a few people dare break free from that. But most of us are suppressed in that world of money and the position that we've created, that we cannot let our families down by walking away from a job that we know is wrong, and we are not allowed to say anything about it. So the people in hospitals are beautiful. The nurses are earth angels. The doctors really do want to help most of the time. Yes, in any industry you've got idiots. In any industry, spiritual industry, pharmaceutical industry. But there are people who genuinely want to make a change and change what they know is wrong. But they are stuck in the world of, if I say anything, I lose this position. And you may turn around and say to me, Mark, but that's wrong of them. But I say, you know what? Money is the root of all evil. And I have many friends who say that's not true. You can do good with money. I say, yes, you can. And the truth comes out with people with money. Your true colours show who you are. So the more money you are, the more either evil you are or the more beautiful you are. But true to say that money is bribery as well. It can bribe people and halt their truth because of fear of what the system does and what we will lose. So I understand that, but I wanted to share this message today to say this, there are far many people out there who are true light workers working in the disguise of a system that tries to suppress everything. And I'm telling you something now. You are seeing the system break down and dismantle as we speak. Word for word, thought for thought. Every post, everything you say, encouraging people to speak their truth, to let go of the system, to walk away from it, to not vote from a corrupt system that doesn't matter who you vote for, the system is still the system. People are now rejecting that and starting to walk away and build their own truth, their own path, their own understanding of life, their own rules, their own system. And one day, when we come together and build an even better way of life, will be the day that this old, lying, corrupt system will no longer be valid. Just like mobile phones. You only sell another mobile phone when you create a more advanced and a better and easier version than the old one. So the old one becomes obsolete. So this is what we need to do as a whole world. We need to come together with consciousness of love and healing and reject the system and create our own understanding, love, compassion, and be our own master and guru, and not follow rule and regulation that suppresses us. And that is the halt of spiritual elevation, spiritual awareness, all the things that the system suppresses from us or tries to. But it's losing now. It's losing. It has no strength anymore. It's clambering, it's scratching, it's fighting, it's doing anything it can But once you see that, you can see that the system is going to implode. It's going to fall to bits through its own stupidness. And we will see it, and we are seeing it every single day. Have a great day, guys. I'm heading off to Marbella now, meeting a beautiful friend. We shall hopefully do a little video if it's quiet enough. That's Ajan. Have a great day, guys. Take care. See you later. Thank you for everything.